Although there is currently no travel ban inside the U.S., representatives of the tourism industry in the Greater Zion area are concerned about the coronavirus pandemic and how it is impacting their businesses.
This is something completely new, right? There's nothing like this before, and the day-to-day climate seems to change. So I think we need to address it seriously as travel representatives. We need to be, take this thing seriously. And really, the health and wellness of our visitors ought to be our number one concern.
Those who rely on tourism are also having to be resilient when it comes to surviving the pandemic.
I've been doing stuff on social media about staycation during spring break and that kind of stuff to try to, people who don't want to travel, just go up the mountain a few miles and it's a little bit of a getaway.
Hotels and motels are already seeing recent declines in reservations as fear sets in with the virus. Travel is, for the most part, non-existent as people are either postponing or canceling their vacation plans. This isn't the first time that southern Utah has had to deal with incidents that are out of their control.
When 9/11 hit, when the SARS virus came, when the recession came, all of those, we took a little hit, but it was a really kind of a short term, and by short term we'll say like 18 months to 2 years, where things kind of flattened out, but they didn't really plummet like some areas do and some destinations do.
Lewis said when it comes to making decisions of closures or events in the future, they will follow the lead of the state as they make decisions about travel. However, he said that as they get closer to events like the IRONMAN, which brings in millions of dollars into the local economy each year, decisions will have to be made.
I've been in conversation with IRONMAN just about every day, talking over, and IRONMAN as a company has basically taken the same position that we've kind of taken, as they're following the lead of the authorities, the government and health authorities in the areas, and so they'll follow that lead. So we'll just continue to pay attention to that.
Tracking data from visitors' cell phones and reservations in the past shows the tourism economy here is growing stronger.
You can kind of ping their phones and figure out that they saw your ad in Washington, D.C., and they showed up in Zion, and they were on this in this area, Greater Zion, and then they ended up on this trail.
Much of that has to do with a concerted campaign and effort to bring the area together under Greater Zion. A new app is being created in Zion National Park to allow visitors to know when it's not busy or what there is to do.
Dixie State is working on the technology side of it at the national park. So within the park, they're putting sensors up to count traffic as they come into the park, parking spaces, the number of people on the trails, all of that kind of data. They're collecting that data using technology now, not little hand clickers and interns that go out and just try and monitor what's going on.
Dixie State University Stadium is now being named Greater Zion Stadium as the two joined marketing efforts to raise awareness in the future. These efforts also help tourism efforts in surrounding areas like Hurricane.
Putting the strategy together for the Hurricane Valley Visitors Guide has really expanded that effort so we don't duplicate efforts. And then also, too, they were a great resource for us as we put the Visitors Guide together to say, what does that vision look like? How do we direct people into the Hurricane Valley, but yet not into all the same areas?
The company Cactus, hired to market strategies for Greater Zion, said people need to share their experiences through photos and selfies.
Yeah, so engage, participate, but also help people discover those amazing places to take those photos. If you know that on Angel's Landing there's a particular place which looks really great, help people discover that. If you know that in Snow Canyon in the morning, right as the sun comes up and the canyon lights up but it hasn't quite filled in the valley below, that's a great opportunity to get out and take an amazing photo. So help our guests discover that, because that in turn becomes part of the marketing, the story about Greater Zion that people are sharing.
In the meantime, those who do travel should be extra cautious. Follow the guidelines of the health department. This means social distancing and being prepared.
Common sense. Use common sense, protect yourself, don't travel if you're not feeling well. It's not only protecting yourself, but also don't necessarily buy into fear, because that does lower our immune system.
In Greater Zion, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.